to ask why mice like cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that's...
Because you think about it, cheese, I mean, mice don't eat cheese in the wild.
No, that's true. We have some...
It's a very deep question.
And it's surprisingly they don't.
It's a very deep question.
Well, we normally have mice that are living... Hold on, I just want to... Like right in here, we have some mice, but...
And do you have cheese?
Anyway, I was thinking a minute. All right. So, Keeper, is there anything that you've always wanted to do? That you know you're multi-talented. You play ragtime, right?
Well, I kind of play it. I write it better than I play it.
All right, you write it. I gotta say, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but the Freundleben website doesn't have a theme song, and I can't. You know, I'm not musically gifted, and I wonder, do you think perhaps that you could perhaps come up with a Freundleben theme song?
Oh.
I mean, not now. You know, take your time. Hopefully, not more than a month, and so that when someone clicks, they're greeted with this wonderful piece of music.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe come up with lyrics.
Absolutely anything for it. Things are kind of tough these days.
That could be fun.
There's some medical bills, but I don't want to go into it. But if I mean, it's up to you.
Sure.
So not only did you give a challenge, but I'm sort of throwing it back at you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Think about it. You know, you don't have to give me an answer now. If you refuse, I'll make sure everybody knows.
I blew it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't written anything in a long time. People are asking me, when are you going to write something? When are you going to write something? So here we go. There's an opportunity to write something.
Now, I just agree with you, grabbing for me. There's just one other. I know a lot of people ask me, you guys all...
One of the dogs? Oh, yeah.
Talk to the chihuahua. Anything you want to ask the chihuahua? Or?
That's Lucky, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucky, we're...
Ask him.
Well, yeah, I'm afraid that, you know, knowing what you said about him, that I might offend him and he might rip your face off, so probably best not to.
Well, okay, come on now. Be vicious, okay? I'll shut up. Well, you know what? I'm having so much fun. I think that I'm going to go for a dip. Maybe we'll finish our interview as I go for a little dip here in the pool. And, oh, yeah.
Just don't drop the computer in there.
It's really hot here today, so, it's really hot.
Well, you need to wear, you know, the famous hat.
Besides about mice and cheese or anything?
What was that?
Is there anything you want to ask me about mice and cheese or anything, or anything else?
Oh, well, you know, it's kind of related to cheese. When did human beings start drinking cow's milk?
1437.
Really?
1437
Because
in Belgium it began. It wasn't called Belgium then, it was called Eastonland.
Yeah, well, you see, the strangest thing, I mean, because you got to think about it, there had to be that first guy. You know, it's a hot day like that, he's walking around going, boy, I sure am thirsty. Come here, Bessie. You know, and not only does he do that, but then he tells other people about it. And I don't know who's worse, that first guy,
I hear you, buddy.
the first guy or the second guy. Because the second guy goes, you suckled a cow? Whoa, I gotta try that myself. What was with people in those days?
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
very crazy.
The Belgium, though.
Oh, yeah, they're Belgian, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Keeper, what can I say? And by the way, Keeper, I just ask where the name Keeper comes from. Now, because I'm not allowed to say what your real name is, but where does the...
You can say my real name.
Okay, I just actually don't want it. But where does Keeper come from?
It actually comes from my real name in a way.
Oh, really?
Back
Go ahead, so...
Back in the old days, way back in the old days, when there's a video game, when you get a high score, you get the 3 little characters you can put on, you see? And my initials are R-E-O. And so whenever I put that, people thought I was a fan of the band REO Speedwagon.
Ah.
I'd be a bigger fan of the actual REO Speedwagon, the antique truck, than the band.
All right.
And so I thought, I've got to do something else. And so I thought, PU! That score stinks. That's funny. And so, I'll stop the accent. and so then when I got online, I started using PU as a moniker there. And then I started running a bulletin board system and called it the Pen of Users, PU. And people eventually just called it the Pen, and so eventually I just changed my name to the Keeper of the Pen. So there you go.
All right. Well, see, that's for the trivia challenge for later. Well, Keeper, I want to thank you. It's about 180 degrees here today, and yet such was my determination to do this outside.
Yeah, I was like, well, why do you just do it inside? But you did promise people it would be in your garden and they are well watered and so forth.
Yeah, and there was a water feature over there that the police have asked us to. We can't have any flowing water, but I've left it on just for today. And but anyway, Keeper, thank you so much for all of your challenges, and thank you for giving the latest challenge, and thank you.
Well, now thanks you, Paul, because I like being silly, but I'm not that good at coming up with ideas off the top of my head. So you give the ideas and boom, I can run with them. It's a lot of fun.
All right, and now the only thing is you're not allowed to do the challenge that you just gave everyone, so you have to sit this one out. But just know that there will be more coming your way.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to it.
Sir, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's nice.
My first ever interview.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you, or talk to you again. I guess we did kind of speak like 16 years ago. you remember that day back then?
Yes, I do. When you came to Warner Brothers.
Yeah. That was when I had this famous hat.
I'm still traumatized.
Well, you guys, you put a hat very similar to this on the Lobe in one episode, and we all thought, was it that did you remember that hat so much that you had to put that on the Lobe?
Actually, John McCann wrote that episode because I know the hat you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think he probably did.
Yeah, because it became such a big running gag online, that hat. So.
There you go. All right, Keeper. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
Any last words you want to? I mean, not that you're going anywhere.
But triskaidekaphobia.
And on that, I'm going to stop our recording.
Okay.
Hold on. I've stopped it.
Hey, stop.
Thank you very much, Keeper.
Hey, thank you.
I can't believe I actually went in the water as I was talking to you, but...
Hey, that's improv, right?
Right. Okay, man.
Okay.